Once again, I'd like to welcome everyone to our 6 minutes together on the Parsha. This week's Parsha, of course, is Parsha's Vayeitzie. And Vayeitzie tells us, of course, of Yaakov leaving the home of his parents to go to Haran to find a wife. And everyone knows that he stops along the way, and he has the dream with the ladder, where the Malachim are going up and coming down. The ones who were accompanying him when he was in Eretz Yisrael were leaving, and the ones from the heavens were coming down to accompany him on his trip outside Eretz Yisrael. At the point where he comes to that spot, and it's interesting enough that the place is called Beit Kel, of course, the house of God. So the pasuk says that he chanced upon the place, Vayifka b'makom, Vayolan sham kivo hashemesh. He chanced upon the place, and he slept there, because the sun had set suddenly. And as Rashi points out, there were a number of interesting miracles that took place. The sun set suddenly. He had come there with kvitzat haderech, with the earth churning beneath him so that he was able to go in a very fast way. And he put his head down on a number of stones, which Rashi quotes the very interesting medrash that the stones were arguing about where or on which stone the tzaddik should rest his head. And finally, they all got together and made one big stone as a unit, and he lied down, and he has this dream. And in this dream, Hashem comes to him, and he tells him that he is going to watch over him, and he's going to bring him back to his father's house. He's going to bless him in many ways. And then he wakes up. And when Yaakov wakes up, he says, wow, here it's true. God was in this place and I did not know. So Rashi says, and if he would have known, what would he have done? So Rashi quotes and he says, She'im yadati, had I known, lo yashanti b'makom azeh. I would not have slept in this holy place. The Saba from Slobodka points out so beautifully, look how far a human being has to be concerned about the proper midos, about the proper respect for places. After all, Yaakov is given this fantastic vision that you're going to spread to the north, to the south, to the east, to the west. All the families of the earth are going to be blessed in you. You're going to become a great nation. All of these great blessings came to him from the dream that he had. And had he but realized that this place was holy, he would not have slept, and he would have given up on all of those promises, on all of those beautiful dreams that he had that were destined to come true in the form of the Jewish people. Why? Because he slept in a place that was holy, where instead of sleeping, he could have prayed, he could have poured out his heart to God. He definitely would not have stumbled into a deep slumber, even though he was granted all of these great promises. The Saba of Slobodka points out how valuable it is to be concerned about the place we're in and to be aware of the great gifts that can accrue to us by recognizing the utilization of the place we are in, of the derech eretz that is needed for different things in life. And even though we may consider all the benefits that we'll get with a little lack of derech eretz, Yaakov is pointing out that it really isn't worth the trouble. We'd be much better off showing all the proper accords that are necessary to the Makom Kadosh. It's very easy for us in the Young Israel Bethel to extrapolate to our own situation and to say how beautiful it is that we have the opportunity to daven in such a Makom Kadosh. We should never have to think to ourselves that, oh, I had this great opportunity to daven and to pour out my heart on behalf of the Jewish people, and instead, I didn't recognize the need for the derech eretz that I could have given to this holy place. Thank God the overwhelming majority of the people who come to our shul recognize this great gift. Let's all join together in continuing to promote the good graces that is brought to the Jewish people by virtue of our unity in coming to daven in a place known as Beit Kel, and that we should be blessed with the promise of the fulfillment of V'shavti V'shalom El Beis Avi, that we will be able to return in peace to the house of our father, to the land of our fathers, and through us should be blessed all the nations of the world.